Hey guys, welcome back to the homestead. So today I kind of have a different setup because I want to do the easy English muffins, but again, as you've all seen in my other videos, my stovetop's not really lined up to take a very good video where you guys can see what's going on. So I've got my hot plate going today. As I said, we're going to do English muffins. This one's actually going to be cinnamon and raisin because a friend of mine hasn't been able to have any for quite some time. So we're going to make a special treat to take down. My husband also enjoys them as well, so that'll be a nice treat for him. But I'm actually going to put the recipe below of just plain English muffins, and then I'll put a tag on if you wanted to make them cinnamon raisin or anything else. That's the great thing about this recipe. You can make it your own, right? So if you wanted to make blueberry or whatever, right, you can do it and make it yourself. Supposedly this one's supposed to be easy. I've never made this recipe before, so we'll see how it turns out. We're going to start. I've already got everything pre-measured and ready to go. So I've got a cup of milk over here. I've got 3 tablespoons of butter. I've got a 1/4 cup of lukewarm water. I've got my salt and my sugar together here, and then I've got 1 beaten egg sitting over here, and I've got my notes. This recipe was actually one of those annoying ones where you have to take 7 screenshots to get everything. So I've just written it down over here. In my bowl, I have 4 cups of flour, about a 1/4 cup of raisins, again, since I'm making cinnamon raisin, and about 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. So what we're going to start with is we're just going to scald our milk, which is going to take it to about 120 to 130 degrees. And then once that gets where it needs to be, then we're going to add our butter, our salt and sugar, and our water all to here. Our egg will go in with our flour. So we'll see how this works. All right, so we're getting about where we need to be for our temperature. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add in our butter. And then we're going to add in our salt and sugar. And then you're just going to continue to stir this until everything dissolves. You can go ahead and add in your water as well. Again, 1/4 cup of lukewarm water. I love my copper measuring spoons. So again, we just keep stirring this until everything dissolves. Trying not to burn the milk, but we're trying to scald the milk because that's what gives English muffins that flavor that you like so much, is scalding the milk. So I usually, when I'm scalding and I need to dissolve down, usually when it gets about 120, I will go ahead and add everything in, which of course is going to drop the temperature a little bit. If you don't have a kitchen thermometer, I highly suggest investing in one, especially when you're starting to do these types of recipes. Yeah, drop the temperature quite a bit. But you just keep stirring until you can tell, like, hear your sugars and your salts run around on the bottom anymore. It's a really good way to tell. My butter's just about dissolved. Our temperature's back up to 122 now. Okay. So we're going to put these over here. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off so I don't burn. Now, we've kept the egg out separately because we don't want to put the egg in here because we don't want to cook the egg before we add the egg into our flour solution. So we can go ahead and add that in, and this is kind of what you're looking like here. The egg is not enough to even make a difference. But again, like I said, we didn't want to cook our egg. You go ahead and add your warm solution that you just made here. Set that there so I don't burn the sugars. We're just going to stir this all together. And with your clean hands, you're just going to knead this for about 5 minutes until the dough is kind of elasticy. There we go. So let me grab my lightly greased bowl. And you're going to take your dough, you're going to put it in your lightly greased bowl, and you're going to turn it one time. And then we're going to cover it, and we're going to let this sit for an hour to rise, and then we'll come back. Okay guys, it's been an hour. We've let this rise, and so I'm just going to take it out. And now we're going to take it and make it into 12 balls, about the same size. My raisins are falling out. I'm just going to take them and roll them up. Again, it doesn't have to be exact, but I mean, you do want them as close as you can possibly get them. So you see how they're coming out about the same size here. So then what we're going to do, because I want to show you the next step, and then I'll get these finished up. You're just going to take them and you're going to roll them out to about a 3-inch circle. Shoving our raisins back in as we go. And then you're going to take them and put them on a lightly cornmeal dusted piece of parchment paper or a baking pan, whatever you have. So this should yield you about 12. So let me get these finished up. And I'll come back once I have them done. Okay, so that gives us 12. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take and cover them again and let them do a second rise. And then when that is done, we will come back and we'll cook them. All right, guys, it's been an hour. These have been rising. And I will tell you, I think the raisins kind of made them a little wonky. So to be fair, we promised easy English muffins, not pretty English muffins. So I have my cast iron pan already preheating over here, the skillet. So what you want to do is make sure that's hot before you add these to it. For me who didn't know, English muffins do well in cast iron. So we're just going to take them and put them on our pan. And I usually start with the tops down, opposite of, the cornmeal side. What we're going to do is we're going to let these cook for 7 minutes on each side. Now, with that being said, at about halfway through, we're going to rotate them, right, to make sure they don't stick to our pan. And then we'll flip them, cook them for another 3.5 minutes, rotate again, and then finish out the 3.5 minutes for their cook time. So we've got quite a few of these to get through, but like I said, we'll probably show you the first couple ones, and then I'll finish up the batch, and then we'll come back to it. But kind of a slow process. Okay, so these are actually finishing up now. I've had these cooling for a few minutes. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to give one a test run. This one's actually the coolest one. I don't want them too cool because I want to be able to put butter on them. So we've ended up with our nook and cranny center, which is nice. Put a little bit of butter on. Let's see how these turned out. They're pretty good. So yeah, as things go, I think this is a pretty easy way to make English muffins. You can make large batches of them and freeze them, so that way when you want to, you can pull them out, slice them, or you could pre-slice them before you put them in. If you don't, then you're going to want to make sure you let them defrost a little bit and then slice them. Pop them in your toaster. Easy meal. You know everything that's in it. There's no harsh chemicals. There's no soy. There's nothing that's going to mess with you. So I kind of like these. So these might actually stay in the rotation. I hope you guys enjoyed coming by today and seeing this process. I've got a couple things lined up. I've ordered some stuff to make cheese because I found some easy cheese recipes and not just mozzarella. We're going to do like Colby's and stuff like that and see how they turn out. So that should be fun. I think that's going to be here at the end of next week. So hopefully we can work on that. But yeah, I think these are pretty tasty. I think the kids and the husband and the friend will eat them all up. And I think I'll probably be making these quite often. So again, appreciate you guys stopping by. Give us a like and subscribe if you like the video. And have a great day.